Welcome everybody tuning in. And this is Dawes Tales. We'll be getting into tales from heads to tails and telling both sides of the story.
2.0. 2.0 in a sexy voice. 2.0. There you go, I like it. Yeah, keep doing that.
Now, some say they tune in specifically for the intro, and I'm okay with that. And that when people were making broom stands on their own, Dawes was working on something else, standing on its own. Your host, Corey Dawes.
Hey, the challenge.
Yeah, there you go.
The broom stand challenge.
It was a one-day thing.
Literally one day thing?
One-day thing.
I never attempted it. I don't think I could do it. It doesn't look real. There's a string. There's a string hanging from it.
There's not a string.
I guarantee you there's a string.
I promise you, there's no strings. I have like Instagram photos of like literally 5 brooms standing beside one another.
With no string.
No string.
There's a string.
In the middle of a fucking Walmart.
There's a string.
Jeez.
You can get a giant ass ladder, climb up to the ceiling at Walmart, hang a string, attach to the broom, and then make a video.
No. People are going to do that everywhere?
I guarantee you they will.
I highly doubt.
I think I would. Maybe I would be like, why are you bringing your own ladder, man?
Like, why are you doing your own TikTok, man?
Yeah, we can grab someone to grab you something up high. You don't need to bring your own ladder.
No, I don't think that's the case, man.
This is the first cast, I must say, right now where I feel like I am the most attractive person in the room.
Is it because you're sitting on a stool and I am not?
You're lower. I feel like my height is a lot better right now.
6 foot.
But I was just saying because we don't have James today.
Oh.
Right. Something came up. He couldn't join us today, so we don't have James.
We're missing that type of energy.
Huge energy from the kid. Yeah. So we got a really exciting podcast today. Like I said, James is not here.
A lot of stories to tell, I imagine.
A lot of stories to tell.
A lot of Dawes Tales.
Yeah. So we'll get into Dawes Tales. We got some fucking puck talk coming up here.
Oh, shit.
Like, come on. How exciting is that? And you know what? Here's the thing. Ever since I started this, we've been talking about doing a hockey cast.
Of course. Or at least having a little...
Today's the day.
Oh.
Today is the day. Are you hard? I'm hard. I don't know about you.
I have a second.
You don't have to tell me if you're uncomfortable. You don't have to tell me if you're uncomfortable. Yeah,
I'm quite excited.
Yeah,
I'm thoroughly excited.
Don't look down at the waist with me, because I will poke you in the fucking eye.
It's kind of eye level.
Look at us looking each other in the eye right now and talking about how hard we are. Yeah.
This is friendship. That's best friendship right there.
It's getting real.
It will get real.
I'm excited.
By the end of this cast, it's getting real.
So no James.
No James.
Sad.
Just us.
But we got an exciting thing to talk about right now. I had an interesting weekend at the cottage.
Right. You went to the cottage this weekend.
Went to the cottage, went with my best friend, Lucy, and then another couple. Like I said, me and Lucy, we're not together, we're best friends.
I was going to say.
Yes, we're best friends. We went with another couple, one of my good buddies, and his girlfriend.
You and Lucy.
Yep.
Best friend.
Best friends.
Best friends.
Yeah, no air quotations either. Don't give me that shit.
You're doing them right now as you speak. But anyways.
I'm demonstrating so you don't do it.
Best friends.
Yeah.
And I just did them.
Yeah.
With another couple. It was a couple's weekend. Couple's weekend away at a cottage.
It was nice.
Couples.
It was
Beautiful.
nice. So we go up north, very far up north, almost to the beautiful Halliburton area.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Duchesne, he has a cottage up there. I didn't run into him, unfortunately. Didn't see him. But we got there, and the fucking bugs, man.
Oh, shit.
The fucking bugs were brutal.
It's that time.
It's the little black flies. Like, they could have flown into my urethra and caused some serious damage. I was worried the whole time.
I don't know if that's what they do.
I disagree, because it's very attractive down there.
Yes.
So, to a black fly, you could be like, hey, I'm attacking that shit right now.
I don't think that's what they're thinking.
You're not a black fly, so how would you know?
They're not.
Explain it to me. Don't be a fucking pussy. Just explain it to me.
Parasite. It's not like you're pissing into the water and they're gonna fucking come up the stream at your penis.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, my arm.
They bite everything.
My arms, like the next day, were a little. They were bit. It was bad. There was lots of bumps.
Bit by the black flies?
There was bumps. I'll tell you that. And
they were probably just mosquito bites, and you are just
too much.
Softest man.
Too much.
You're the softest man ever, and you just.
But I am though. That's the thing, right?
You complain about everything.
I do complain about everything.
You do.
Yeah. Like, since we started talking, like you know me as a soft guy, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, man, at this point at the cottage, horrible. They were fucking brutal. So we're outside, we're on the deck, everyone's enjoying themselves, we're having drinks. The one couple, they didn't come up till later. Well, actually,
so it was just you and Lucy.
Lucy and I got there. I had to take some mice out of the cottage. There was some mice in there.
Oh.
Yep. Just lay him dead. Whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? They would
put on my gloves. Pick him up by the tail.
Pretty convenient at this point.
Just chuck him. The gloves?
Yeah.
Well, I brought the gloves because we're going through a tough time in the world right now. Not because I was thinking of anything sexual.
Pretty much.
That's you. That's you thinking that. You have the grossest mind. I know.
I don't. I honestly don't.
But I think you do.
See, so you already had the gloves.
Yeah, so I had the gloves.
You're ready.
Yeah, so I get the mouse, I throw it outside, and then we head on the paddle boards, we're out on the lake. It's almost sunset, so it's really nice. And then we go back into shore. We're getting dinner ready. And and then my buddy and his girl showed up.
Finally.
Yeah. And then we just started getting into her. It was a perfect night. Like the weather was beautiful. The weather was unreal. At that point, though, let me tell you, just listen, okay? Just
listen.
Don't interrupt me.
I'm just listening.
Just listen, okay? Listen to this voice. Let it hypnotize you and take you to different places in the world. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Perfect. So,
jeez.
So we're getting dinner ready. Drinks are flowing, and then it starts a little rain. It's pissing down rain a little bit. Yeah.
Why does it always rain when we go up there?
Every time. Yeah. So we didn't want to. You know what? I didn't want you to bring it up that you didn't go up there, but you did. Kind of right there, right? Kind of. Like you gave me a little stink eye right now. Like you weren't too impressed with me.
Well, I was not impressed at all.
Right. But here's the thing. So at that time, groups of 5. So I took 4. It's a private park. I wanted to be safe. Are you really going to be pissed at me?
I could have been the 5th.
You're pissed.
I could have been the 5th.
Yeah, I know.
I'm upset because groups of 5. Now it's groups of 10.
Now it's groups of 10.
Groups of 10, but then it was groups of 5.
Yeah, now it's
still not get an invite. If it was groups of 6,
and I had to tell
could I have came?
Of course.
Groups of 6?
For sure. Yeah, bud.
But could I have brought somebody else and not been the 5th wheel? Oh.
You had to. There's no 5th wheel. There's no 5th wheel because it's 2 couples and then 3 friends.
2 couples.
No, he
just said it.
You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
You just said 2 couples.
No.
2 couples.
Oh, I just meant Ian and his girl. That's it. That's all I meant.
And you and Lucy.
No.
2 couples.
You're an idiot.
And then your 5th wheel.
Just to go off topic
your
here.
Intro man.
Just to go off topic here with the cottage. When are you gonna fucking shave?
Huh?
When are you gonna shave? You look like a fucking bum.
Well, I don't have to see anybody. I don't. I haven't had to see anybody for the
You
past.
come here. Do you not think when you enter this house, I want to see you clean shaved? I do. Especially for this cast.
No, you don't.
You're letting me down, man.
No. See, this is where you're taking your whole employment thing way out of hand.
Right. Well, you don't work for me right now.
No, I don't. No.
Are you happy about that?
Not necessarily.
You want to?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. There's nothing better than
working for the Dawes.
No.
Oh, just say it.
No,
yeah,
no. It's bad enough I technically work for you on Dawes Tales. Have to fucking deal with that.
Right.
Then also have to deal with it at our job.
Right. Yeah.
And sometimes it does get a little overwhelming. I'm like, holy shit, you gotta be perfect. You gotta be this. You gotta be that.
Expectations.
Hey, do that again. Steve, do the intro about like 10 times before we start.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve.
Again. Again.
Why the hell are you wear white socks?
I was super pissed at you with that. The next day, so that was the Friday, right? So it started raining. The girls, they went to bed. Ian and I are outside, just, shooting the shit, catching up on everything, because I've only seen him once. So he came to my house and did a bunch of stuff for me. I'm not a handyman, okay? Like, I'm too pretty for that kind of stuff.
Right.
Do you agree?
I'd agree with that.
Right.
Mr. Suit and Tie.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Hammer and Screwdriver.
Yeah, I mean, I can deliver the hammer, but not the screwdriver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't do any of that stuff. So I got Ian, he came over. He, during COVID, I bought a brand new projector for my room. Perfect. Didn't want a TV. I said, I'm going to buy a projector. I've always wanted one. So now I have one in my room. Faces the wall. I have like an angled wall.
Yes.
So the screen fits exactly on that angle. It's perfect. I would say right now we're probably at like 180 inch.
180
like it's
inches?
Big.
Didn't you just buy a TV like a couple of casts ago? It was like, what's a 60? That's a 60.
That's a 60.
Right,
yeah. We're pointing at a 60 right now. I got it in my living room.
And you're like, 60's not enough.
No.
I need 180.
Yeah. For the room. Because it makes it look like a home theater.
Cinematic.
Thank you. Exactly. Yeah.
It's unnecessary.
I enjoy it.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah. I plugged the Chromecast in, and Netflix is going. It's perfect. It was hard to leave the bedroom, even though I was by myself. Bruno, my dog, he might come up to say hi.
Right.
Go back downstairs.
He doesn't sleep with you?
No, hates it. Yeah. Like I
I
said,
don't blame him.
we're just stuck with each other.
There's a lot of.
You don't blame me.
There's a lot. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna sleep on the couch tonight.
Have you ever cuddled me?
No.
I've asked several times, but I don't do this.
Okay, let's make this clear. Every time we go to the cottage, I am never in the same room as. Oh wait, except for that one time when you got too drunk, and I had to take care of you.
Do you remember that one time? You know what? This story might be on another cast, but since
it is on another cast, I'm pretty sure.
Since we're doing 2.0, we'll tell it again because it's one of my favorite stories personally, like in the world.
I wish I had my old phone. I have video or audio of you literally being carried to bed, saying, "No, I'm all right.
Oh, I'm
all right. I just want to party. I just want to party."
So we got two stories to tell right now. Okay, so we got to tell these stories and then we got to get into it, right? Okay.
Let's go.
The first one is the first time Steve came up to the cottage. So I had a decent amount of people. Some of my best friends were up there with me.
Okay.
And we're by the fire, and I was actually finishing some beers, and then I got into the red, but the red didn't go into a glass.
It skipped out of the bottle.
It skipped the glass portion.
It came out of the bottle
right from the bottle, and it was like the liter ones, like 1.5. Like, does that make sense?
It was a big bottle.
Yeah. So I'm chugging that, and then I got super fucked up. Right. So I have a good buddy of mine, Brock. Shout out to Brock. He lives in Ottawa right now. Fucking great guy. Love him to death. Anyways, he looks at me, and the whole night he goes, "Are you really the star of the cast? Because we love Steve."
Nice.
So, I start getting a little annoyed with that, whatever, because I'm drunk. But it's fine. Like, I get it. I understand. So anyway,
that's just in your character.
Right.
You're not number one.
Yeah. So we go, we're getting ready to go to bed. I don't even know what time it is right now. Like, it's fucking late, bud.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking late. Everyone's gone at this point.
I'm pretty
sure. There's very few of us by the fire
exactly.
right now.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So we go inside, and for everyone listening right now, I said to Steve when he got there, "Listen, bud, all the rooms are taken. Here's a...
This is him.
Here's a blow-up mattress. You must do this before you go to bed."
He's trying to save his ass.
Did you listen to me?
No, I got drunk and forgot to do it.
Right, yeah. So we go inside. I go to my room. Brock is on the futon, and then you pass out on the floor.
On top of the unflated mattress.
You
laid it out. You laid it out.
I did.
You laid it out.
Okay.
All I had to do was blow it up.
Right, yeah.
I just fell asleep.
So, yeah, I'm a good friend for doing that.
I would say you're a good friend.
Yeah.
We're good friends to each other for certain reasons.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah.
And then what happened the next morning?
So I wake up and I come out and I say something very rude to you, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
And I don't regret it because it was hilarious.
And everyone else thought it was fucking
Brock
hilarious.
was in tears.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good.
I'm not going to say what I said.
No.
But it was pretty funny.
It was.
Right.
It was. You might have to message us, to anybody listening, if they want to know.
And I'll tell you the story.
Yeah.
I'll be glad. I'll FaceTime you.
Message.
I don't care if I'm doing a fucking solo performance with myself at that time. I will let you know what happened. Second story.
Yeah.
Yep, second story. Do you want to go? You want to take the lead on this one?
No, you. That's Dawes Tales.
I know.
Tell the tale.
At this point, though, I think you should...
I don't even know where we're going with this one.
The second time when you were up at the cottage.
And Crystal and everybody else showed up.
Yeah.
And we all had a great time.
Yeah.
And you got annihilated.
Yes.
And this guy literally could not stop tending the fire. At first it was, the fire, boys.
I was worried about it.
You were extremely worried about it.
Yeah.
You were like, that was the light of life right there. You were
That
like,
was everything to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, you came up to the deck where everybody else was hanging out, and you were
at this point, I'm gone.
You're
like if you were like, hey man, what's your name? I would have been like, I'm very shy. That's what I would have done, right?
Something like that.
No, like literally, that's what I would have done.
Yeah, I think you would have said your name was like Chara or some weird shit. Some
my name was
hockey
Charles.
name.
Yeah,
like a hockey name. Kuznetsov, and that's it.
Yeah,
like
I'm
you
Austin
were
Matthews,
done.
something like that, right?
Oh yeah, I'm Matthews.
I literally laid.
I'm surprised you didn't pull your pants down as well while you did.
Well, I did it. Yeah.
I'm Matthews and pull your pants down.
Here comes the giant wrench.
Oh.
We have a porch swing, so I'm laying on the porch swing. And I remember you guys told me the next morning. I kind of remember it too. I was trying to shoot three points. I don't know why.
You were imagining yourself trying to shoot threes.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would have been doing that.
It was the year that the Raptors won the championship, so maybe I was trying to relive it.
I don't think they won it at that point, though.
No, it was later on, but I'm just saying, I'm like, oh, look at me, like I'm trying to relive the moment, like, here I go. You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's a fucked up concept. But I do remember, after putting you to bed several times,
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah. I put you to bed numerous times, and you'd keep coming up, and I remember this is a big ass fucking glass window, and you're standing there looking like a fucking zombie, and I'm like, this fucking zombie over here looking man.
I would come out.
And then be like, yeah, you literally come out, and I'm like, oh man, we gotta put this guy back to bed.
Yeah.
And you just wanted a party.
Yeah.
I just want a party.
That's all I said.
I just want a party.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did. Like, I was partying pretty good.
You weren't good at all, but
yeah. I actually have the picture on my phone of me past. Oh, you took it.
I have it.
Yeah. Oh, I know you sent it to me. Like,
yeah. If anybody wants to see that, just message me, and I can send you a picture of Dawesy extremely fucked up.
Yeah. If anybody wants to see it,
I'm sure they do.
Go for it. Yeah.
I'm sure they do. Especially the people we work with.
Well,
I should send it to the girls that we work with.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I might have shown them, to be honest.
Oh, you might have shown them?
Yeah. I said to Brenda, like, oh, like here's me at your cottage. She's like, well, you're laying on the deck. Well, yeah, I'm passed out.
I'm trying to sleep.
Do you not rage when you go to the college? She's like 70-something.
Do you not rage?
Yeah, get with the times.
Holy. The fact that she even lends us the cottage is...
Oh, isn't that amazing?
It's
awesome. Yeah, it's perfect.
We could go anytime, and we need to go anytime.
Yeah, I love
Especially since it's going on to 10 people. We need to start getting the group together.
Yeah.
We need to start getting the guys together.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Good.
Yeah, boys
Couples weekend.
Boys weekend.
Oh, boys
weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no girls.
No girls?
No girls. Yeah.
Alright, let's do that.
No boys. Or no girls, sorry. Yeah, just the boys.
Yeah, there you go.
No little boys, just like guys, like grown men, yeah. Very exciting today. So right now...
As you can tell, there's no James.
So what do we do? What do you want to do? What do you feel like doing right now? Because I know what I feel like doing right now.
And what's that?
We are going to invite to the cast right now a longtime friend of both of ours.
Yes.
You know him longer, obviously.
I've known him longer.
Right. We'll get into that, like time frames and stuff like that.
Right.
This gentleman here works for the Peterborough Pete's, and we're very excited to have him on the cast. We're hoping to have him on the cast often, more often than usual.
Like a regular.
Yeah, like a regular. Yeah.
Or at least our insider.
I'm glad you said that. I like that.
The Dawes Hockey Insider.
Dawes Tales Hockey Insider.
Yeah, Dawes Tales.
Right? Yes. So right now we are going to welcome our very good friend, Josh, aka Hoppy.
What's going on, boys?
There he is. Welcome.
You said I work for the Pete's. It's more of a volunteer role.
Okay.
My family's been involved with the Pete's for like 50, 60 years, so it's kind of one of those things where my grandfather's known as the crew chief with the, I don't know how in-depth everybody is with hockey on this podcast. I don't know if people follow, but
we don't have like a huge following on it, but we're trying to get to that way, so that's why we
got our new insider.
Okay,
exactly.
Perfect. So lack of a better term, I don't know how far we reach, but in junior hockey what happens is when a goal is scored, the referee on the ice, only his job is obviously to watch what's going on, but when he reports to the bench or goes back to what everyone knows is the clock position between the penalty box that most people would see, his only responsibility, NHL-wide, OHL-wide, is to know who scored the goal.
Okay.
No assist, no anything else, okay?
So when they score a goal, or let's say there's a challenge called, and they're looking up, you know what I mean? They go to the bench, they got the headset on, whatever else. Is that you?
No, so kind of.
It's kind of.
So to go into kind of quick little rundown of it, what happens is when a goal is scored, the referee will report to the bench or the person who's recording the game sheet and say number 25 scored the goal, number 17 scored the goal, whoever it was. So up in the booth where I sit, I'm suited up, like you were mentioning, Mr. Suit and Tie over here. Suiting up,
I've seen him there.
Shout out to Suits.
Absolutely. So we're suited up, we're sitting up in the booth, and for really, there's kind of two programs. You work directly with the OHL where you input things directly onto the OHL website, shots, goals, things like that, which is pretty well just working directly with the game sheet. The other role of the off-ice official that I do is my job is, for lack of technology pretty well, is I monitor every pass that happens in the game. So if we're sitting here right now, and just imagine for our people that are sitting here,
you're a pretty important guy.
Corey's wearing number 10, you're wearing number 9, and I'm wearing number 8. Let's do it that way, okay?
Yeah.
Steve here at number 9 scores the goal.
Yeah.
So ref shows up, number 9 scores.
Okay.
I'm sitting in the top of the booth watching everybody on a piece of paper, my phone, whatever I might have, laptop at the time. I am literally writing 7. As 7 passes to 8, I write 8, 9, 6, 2. As the team,
and you have to.
So I'm watching the game that close. Sometimes I don't even know how the goal goes in the net.
That's
literally.
Cool. I like
so
that.
It turns into a point
crazy.
where
that's awesome.
Then when the other team interrupts the play or interrupts the pass, interrupts what's going on, I then typically draw a line, just a slash. Start the next process, 28, 72,
so
64.
it's a slash then up the other ice.
So there's another guy who sits beside me. We decide usually what will happen is I do the home team. The other guy will do the away team.
He gets home. Bobby gets home.
So the way it works out.
Hometown boy gets
the
home.
Memorial Center, of course.
Generally what we do, thanks boys, I try for sure. But generally what we do in that case then, when that happens, it's our responsibility because we should on our paper or on our phone or whatever know that the last number we wrote down should be the same as the person who scored the goal that the ref reports. So it's then we look at each other and we go, okay, goal scored, puck goes in the net. The last number I have written down is 8. I look at him, the last number he has written down is 8. So that's not really our responsibility. But then also I go 27, 6, 10, 4. So I know the last 2 people to touch the puck are 27 and 6. So I then call down and go assist to number 27 and 6. The person in the box then calls up top and makes the announcement to the fans. Goal scored by number 10, 27, 6.
And that happens pretty quickly. I've been to Pete's games,
like
if
that,
you've been to Pete's games, like it's quick.
Yeah.
Now what if there's a discrepancy between like you and your other person and they're like, hey, I got number 9 scored the goal, but I have over here number 19 scored the goal.
So during that play, we will make the announcement to let the fans know because the director of the Pete's likes to at least get something on the board. As you can imagine, in junior hockey, everything is all based on points nowadays. So you're not going to... The Leafs, the Avalanche, whoever you want to think of, they're looking at that 60, 70, 80 point season that these young kids get. So these kids are watching. They know.
Yeah.
So when you make this announcement that comes out that assist to number 27, assist to number 16, if it's not their name and they know they touched it, they're going to let us know. So we get a call,
okay.
and right behind us, I've got a big screen. I mentioned, Corey was mentioning the projector, not a projector, just a regular screen.
Right.
But literally, I've got
you don't
that
have
on record.
projectors?
No projector, but I've got that on record, just like everything else. And I literally, in the middle of the game, jump back to that record and rewind the game and go back and watch that replay 3 or 4 times. And I'm sure you boys have been to a game, and 2 or 3 minutes later, you might get, there's a correction on the goal.
Yes.
Goal scored by.
yeah.
So that's where we go.
That's
the
what
other
comes
thing,
into play.
Exactly.
Okay.
The other option is when you boys are going to grab a beer at intermission, or you're going to grab popcorn.
You
and
quickly
doing it,
correct it?
I'm rewatching that period as fast. I'm going on the remote. I'm rewinding to the beginning of the first period. I'm going to the 2-minute mark when I know that goal goes in. I'm rewatching that play to make sure my numbers are good. Then I fast forward to the 7-minute
issue.
mark.
That's your issue with after the period's done. Like for me,
Yeah.
if I'm in a suit, I'm going to interact with people.
Okay.
I'm trying to pick up. You can't. Right? That would be my thing. Like I'm going out there.
We
to try
bumped
to
into
pick up.
Hoppy a couple times in the
You're
game.
going into
We did. We bumped into you. We bumped into you.
We
Yeah.
have bumped into a couple times.
Yeah.
And when the hell have you ever worn a suit to a game, Dawes?
Never. I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it?
Sometimes.
This season?
I mean,
Like if there's any season left, I
yeah.
guess.
So what happens there, Hop? Do you have any insider on that? Of like what's going to happen next year?
It's literally just like everything
For the
else. It's up and
OHL,
down.
like,
It
what's
sucks.
happening?
It sucks for young guys, as you can imagine. Guys
Yeah.
like, well, again,
We're looking to be
Corey's
scouted. Or
big thing.
looking
Or
at,
you even imagine like you spend somebody like Zach Gallant, for instance. He was our captain
Right.
with the Pete's for the last 2 years. He was injured last year, the year before. I can't remember exactly. Only got to play like 30 games. So what it is when you play in the OHL, you're allowed to have 4 different guys under the age of 20 up until Christmas, and then you've got to drop down to 3. So literally everybody else on the team is 19, 18, 17, 16,
Yep.
So being that's the case, some of these guys literally were going back. So look at Zach Gallant. The Pete's were a team that, you can't say they were a favorite, but they were doing well.
We could have gone far.
Could have gone far. So Gallant decides, I'm going to come back, I'm going to play my 20-year-old season. A guy like Cole Frazier decided, you know what, forget it, I'm not going to come back, I'm going to go play in the ECHL, make a little bit of cash this year.
Yep.
Gallant comes back, devotes 3/4 of his year to this season. At 20 years old, could have made a little bit of money. Now sure, it wouldn't have been huge money, but it's better than the money he's making, or no money. And instead, in that circumstance, his season gets cut off his last year of junior, and on top of it, he didn't have a great season the year before that, all because of injuries. This could have been that breakout year,
Yeah.
and instead,
One of my
he gets cut
dad's
off.
favorites, by the way.
There you go.
I will
See,
say, yes.
and the guy drafted fourth for first round, scored literally 4 points in his whole year, first year.
Yeah.
Bum, nobody liked him, and he goes on to be probably one of the best face-off guys in OHL.
For sure.
Voted by every coach for the last 2 years as the best face-off guy.
Yeah.
And he walks on. He signed, I think, a deal with San Jose as literally just for his face-offs, and he'll probably be either in the A or the ECHL next year.
Right.
We all know the league's impossible to break into, or near impossible.
We don't know what's
But you
going to
can't-
happen,
yeah,
right?
you-
Come next year and everything.
And-
The one thing that I was disappointed about with obviously with the stoppage was that with Nick Robertson,
Oh.
I wanted to see that guy at least pop 60. What do you like 50, 55? He ended with,
Yeah,
if
so-
I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
55 or something like that.
pretty close, and that's the other. That's
And he still broke a Pete's record
yep.
after 50, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
okay,
First
yeah.
one. Well,
Yeah.
or just I don't know if it's that necessarily a record, but one of the first ones to hit that mark in
Thank
long,
you.
long
Yes,
time.
exactly. Yeah.
But and that's it. The same as him. Like the argument now is, and I'm sure we'll get into NHL talk later on, but Robertson has been named as a.
We're going right now. We're doing it right now,
Yeah,
then.
there you go. So
Oh,
heading-
you're
Great
on it.
segue. Let's do it.
heading right into the Leafs,
Yep.
which Dubas made the announcement, right? And being that he's heading right into that market as a kid who hasn't even played a game. Now we all know he's probably not going to play, and if he does play, it'd be 2 minutes here and there. Let him sit on the bench, get to know the area, get to spend some time with the boys.
He's going to play exhibition games.
Oh yeah, but
Like
no,
he'll-
I mean now, like for these playoff times, he's actually on the roster.
Yes, but if he plays exhibition games and impresses, he will be on that roster.
But they're not necessarily playing it.
Do you think he'll be like on?
They're
the
gonna-
roster?
We don't know. We don't know that.
That's what I'm saying. So if they don't, he goes in.
Yeah.
They're still going to put him on the bench. He's still
Yeah.
hanging with the boys. He got flown out last
Right.
week or the week before. He's been
Yeah.
in Toronto for the
Yeah.
last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've
just
seen his
hanging out.
Instagram. Yeah.
So he's
Shows
just
that
chilling.
CN Tower.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's
for
chilling.
sure. Yeah.
The thing, is there's a thing in the NHL where if he doesn't make the Leafs this year, he can't go back or he can't go to the AHL, so he has
Can
to
you
come
not
back
just
to
chill with the
Peterborough.
Marlies?
No, because he's 18 years old. You
Yes.
can't go because he's on it.
he's-
So what's going to happen is if he doesn't make the Leafs. Now the Leafs are going to give him every chance to make the team.
Every
Like I
chance
said,
possible.
Like
Where do
literally,
you see him fitting in on there? Third, fourth line?
he's going to be a third line. He won't play fourth. Fourth is too good. You're
Yeah,
going to have.
okay.
He's probably going to be one of those guys that gets a shot in the first 10 games. If he plays 8 or 10, if he hits 10, he's staying.
And
If
what
he
if
hits 8
he shows up like Matthews?
The problem with
Like,
Robertson is
okay.
he's not. The big thing with Matthews is
I seen him play.
Yeah,
And-
but think of his size. When you mentioned Matthews, and you can ask Corey, big
Right.
Leaf fan like me,
Right, here you go.
Matthews isn't even looked at as being that. He's Anze Kopitar. He's a big
Yeah.
guy who can put the puck in the net. Robertson,
Way better.
yeah, but Robertson
Oh.
is 5'2". You know what I mean? Like
He's a small guy.
He's smaller than Marner.
Yeah, he's a small guy.
So
okay.
yes, he's gonna be a dude, and everyone says it's a different game. It's a different.
Well, Marner just got like 11 mil, so
Well, that's
I
it.
wouldn't
We
be worried.
won't talk
man.
about
But that's it. If you go back and look at
Hey, that does your opinion on Marner there.
Yeah.
No, you don't like that? Okay.
yeah, we won't-
anyway,
But,
We won't talk about
either way,
Marner.
if you go through it, Robertson's on a tear. His brother did the same thing in Kingston for 4 years, and then when he was in Kingston, they flipped him to Niagara in his final overage year. But he actually played right up to 20. So you're going to see Robertson probably get one more year. If he comes back next year, he's going to be captain.
Yeah,
Or captain
which
or
I
the
can't
Pete, sorry.
wait if that happens. To
The
see the
issue-
C on him.
The issue is you're going to lose a lot of guys on defense. And they made a shot by getting rid of Cam Butler to bring in Akil Thomas.
Yeah,
Cam Butler didn't perform like they thought, but he still played great.
but he's still good.
And you're losing out. It's exactly like look at a team like Ottawa. Ottawa dumped like half of their roster in the juniors for the run, and they got cut.
Belleville Senators could have won the Calder Cup this year.
Exactly.
Like they literally could have.
2 years in the league, 3 years in the league, and
Yeah.
they could have been ahead, and it stopped.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy to think. Now there's. I don't even know what transition to NHL, as you guys said, but it's weird to think down the line where guys will go and how much this can play an impact. Because even if you get into the NHL talk with this playoffs happening, you're going to have teams like the Buffalo Sabres
See,
who are
this is
literally
kind
going
of
to be
the,
like three
this
quarters
is kind
of
of
the
the
year.
segue I wanted to hear is
For sure, totally, yeah.
like what is your thoughts on this being our new hockey insider?
Did we mention his nickname, Hoppy?
Well, I don't know if we should mention it until we make it a set thing. I'm looking for Hockey Talks.
That's the
That's the new segment that we will roll into eventually. So when you hear me say, or Dawsy, we're ready to do some Hockey Talks.
this is the voice you'll hear.
This is the voice, and he's very insightful.
Yes. Yes.
So anybody who's a hockey fan is going to enjoy
is gonna
this.
love this.
Yeah,
And
they're
we
gonna enjoy
we
it.
actually have a very good following for hockey with everyone that kind of listens.
It's a
through,
hockey town.
Like
We're
through
in a
friends
hockey
and stuff.
town.
Exactly.
We're in a hockey town. Our friends love hockey, everything. So it's a good fit.
Yeah.
It's a good fit.
So like
So
you
going
do-
into it, like you said, with the playoffs. Sorry to cut you off there,
For sure,
Dawes,
yeah, buddy,
but
yeah,
like
you're fine.
with the playoffs and everything else like that. First of all, big question: are you going to take a Stanley Cup win right now, as the way it is, the way it's moving? Are you going to take that and be like, that was a Stanley Cup win? You know what I mean? Like imagine like the Leafs won, right?
Yep,
Are you
yeah.
a Leafs fan?
Oh,
Hockey?
yeah, it's
diehard, like the rest of us.
I've been a Leafs fan my entire life, but
Okay.
as you can imagine, as a Leafs fan, it got to be a few years where if you wanted to root for some playoffs, you had to pick a playoff team. So
Exactly.
If I had to pick a second team or my American
think I'd
team,
pick-
if you can believe
who is it?
I would go the Flyers.
Oh, do you know who mine is?
Flyers.
Do you know who mine is?
Who's yours team?
Do you know?
No,
I want to say Blues.
No.
Blues.
Everyone's gonna hate me for this.
Is it
Lightning.
American? Or do you go?
Lightning.
do you go
Lightning.
American?
After I said
Is it
everyone's
like-
gonna hate me for this, I can't believe you don't know it.
No,
Come
but
on.
is it
American? Of course.
Oh, it's
yeah,
American.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's an American team. I should know this.
Yeah, for sure.
I should
No, I
know
would
this
never-
because
I
I
would-
Because
played.
one of my favorite NHL players is on that team.
Ah, fuck. And the thing about
Boston.
it too.
That's so weird. That's a weird
No,
combination.
oh, I
Who's
do
your favorite
remember
player?
this.
Brad Marchand.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm so
Yeah.
sick of you right now.
Yeah, Brad Marchand.
I'm
See,
so sick-
there's
I'm
the
so
difference
sick of
right
this
there.
guy.
As Steve is, he doesn't follow hockey, so you go Brad Marchand. I go okay, and he goes, I'm so sick of him.
Right.
And
No,
that's
no,
a
no.
totally different context.
But if
no,
I
no,
know-
no, no, I'm so-
You
no,
want,
no,
you
I'm
want
so
Brad
s-
on your team, though.
I'm so
I know what he does,
sick.
yeah.
Exactly.
No, I'm so sick of Dawsy. If Brad Marchand was on fucking Leafs, sure, I would love it. Why not? Right now, he's on Boston. Don't like it. So, gotta take it for that. But, I'm just saying, so if Leafs won right now, are you taking that as a...
Is there an asterisk beside? Is there an asterisk
are you
beside the
taking
name?
that Stanley Cup win as a Stanley Cup win?
100% it's a Stanley Cup win.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the season ended short or not, you still have to win the 16 games. I've heard this argument over and over. You still have to win the
There you
16
go.
games to win the championship.
19.
They're not cutting. Yeah, you can do 19
You
for
can
some
do 19.
teams. But generally, it's still, you have to at least get 16 wins to get it. So if you want to argue it on what Corey said, it's actually tougher for some teams because they have to
Right.
get 19 wins.
Yeah.
And if you
Plus,
want,
you've had this hiatus.
yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what I was getting into. But there's going to be teams come next season that have almost literally not played a meaningful game of hockey for 12 months. You imagine next year if the league doesn't start till January.
Yeah.
There was guys who played their last game in March.
Yeah.
So they didn't play. I mean, the 4 or 6 teams that didn't make the playoffs are literally almost going a
Man,
full year without playing. And then you want them to come in full string.
I never thought of that.
Plus, what about the
I
other
never
24
did either.
teams or the 2 teams that then go the full distance, then get a month off, and then they have to come pick up again? It's literally a totally different. And you guys sit back right now and go, the 2013 Stanley Cup champions, Chicago Blackhawks, that wasn't legit. It was a shortened season because
Right,
of the
because the
lock-in.
lock-in.
Right.
Everyone still
I
goes,
forgot about
oh
that
my
as
god,
well, yeah.
they're still
No
good.
asterisk.
No, absolutely. Like it not. I am good buddies with Paul Emery, who is the late Ray Emery's father, and they have all of Ray's stuff in the house. His Stanley Cup, his ring, his everything. And they don't go, oh, this is not a Stanley Cup. They
Yeah.
cherish
Right,
that.
right.
That when their son won, like you know what I mean. Like
You
they went through this. Even
raised
though,
the cup.
yeah, Ray played 20 games that season, and then Corey Crawford played like 35. And,
Yeah, if you're
but they
raising
still-
the cup, you're raising
yeah.
the cup like Dawes said. Like, if you're raising the cup, you're raising it.
Yeah, if they then voted, oh shit, we're gonna pick 2 teams that
Is
were the
there-
top 2 teams to play a 1-game series for the Stanley Cup, then yeah, that's not the Stanley Cup playoff.
Right.
For sure.
And
I
it
agree.
is for sure going to be an asterisk?
No,
This
that,
one?
that's
no,
just honestly,
no,
man.
that was just a rumor. Like,
They're always there's rumor. You could argue every league that's ever had a lockdown or whatever
Right.
has some type of asterisk. You could.
Do you know
NBA
anything about the NBA? Like,
A bit, but
A
not, like
bit,
I know they're
like-
going to start the 31st as a plan from Disneyland.
yeah, but I was just saying, like, you know.
But same type of circumstance. You're not going to argue. You think those guys that are playing 16 games, they're still going to win. Doesn't
Right,
matter.
right.
In the long run, the Stanley Cup is based on the playoffs. It's not
Exactly,
based
yeah.
on the regular season. Yes, you have to seed to get to that point, but the trophy is awarded for 16 wins over a 2-month period.
So what do you think about the draft odds? Let's get into that. So the draft odds. So what I kind of thought that was interesting is I'm going to use these 2 teams as an example, is Pittsburgh and Montreal. They face each other in the first round. If Montreal beats Pittsburgh could possibly land the first overall pick. Right?
Yep. Technically, the rumor is now that what they're going to do is they're going to do a secondary draft, so they're actually going to do a draft with the teams that I just mentioned, like the 7 teams that didn't
Yes,
make the playoffs.
yes, yeah,
So then the 16, whatever it would be, that get eliminated in that first preliminary round won't get a chance,
Right,
technically.
right.
Which, in my opinion, is the right thing to do, because like you just said,
When do you want to see the draft? At what time do you want to see the players get picked? Lafreniere, Byfield, Drysdale. When do you want that to happen? Do you want it to happen after all this, or do you want to do it before?
I think it has to happen during. You guys remember growing up when we had or you would, I don't know, but you remember when Don Cherry would have the top 6 or 8 prospects come and sit on the panel and they
interview them,
do an
for sure.
interview?
We're not going to see that.
Yeah, not going to see it, but they need
Depressing.
to. But it was
Depressing.
always something during the playoffs, and they need to do something probably similar to that.
Yep.
You can't wait the whole season for somebody like Lafreniere that might make the team off the hop. You can't have him get drafted after the playoffs and then the next season start a month later and he's had 3 weeks to transition, do media off, do the social media, training, whatever else, figure out because right now he's on his agent and whatever else curriculum that they've got him doing. The minute he gets drafted by a team, he signs to their strength and conditioning program.
Everything switches over from where did he play?
Right now he's in Quebec Olympique?
Yeah, right. I can't remember the team,
Or
but
Hall or I don't know. But anyway, Quebec League.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that switches from there to the NHL. So basically, he's So whoever he gets drafted by, so I wanted to mention this. Who do you think's going to get the number 1 pick? Because I've watched a lot of videos. I know they're just videos, and people are just pressing a button, and then the pick goes to like whoever. Personally, I really want to see Lafreniere go to Ottawa. We're Leaf fans. That's horrible to say, but I don't want to see a kid like Lafreniere, his career ruined. This is going to sound horrible.
It's already sounding horrible.
But to go to Detroit. Like, I don't want to see that happen for him. I want to see him play for a Canadian market.
So you've got the biasy of a Canadian in that aspect. The difference is Detroit is one of the cities in the States right now that is on the up and up, and you almost don't want any young guy going into that mess with Eugene right now. Until they get a new owner in Ottawa,
true. Yes.
You need to, I see what you're saying.
I know.
But with everything going on there, you need to get. I 100% want him to be Canadian or something
For
based.
sure. Yeah.
But Detroit.
You want the Leafs to get booted out. Boom, first pick overall.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
That's when you asked me. I was going to say
number 1, 2, 3.
I was going to go Edmonton. That's who's going to get it because it seems they win it every year.
Oh, he's a winger though. Can you imagine like Marner, Lafreniere, Matthews?
I don't know.
That's deadly.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know. You could. I don't know.
Come on. Let's go. Let's fucking do it.
Let's do it. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Do you think something like you've got Jack Eichel saying he may want out of Buffalo? Do you think something like Buffalo gets it and keeps him?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like that's. I like Eichel. I think the comments said to him earlier throughout this whole pandemic, I think it was a little too much. I like Buffalo. Like, I like watching Buffalo. Like Skinner, Eichel. I think that's a great. It's a great team. Like, I love watching them play hockey. But it you know what? It's kind of like Matthews. Like, after his contract, do you see him go into Arizona?
I don't think that'll happen.
Really?
Not
I
right
do.
away. See, I think he will.
That kid's gone.
No, he'll play eventually. Like, he might play there eventually.
After 5 years? He signed 5 years?
No, like he'll play.
Really?
He'll end his career there.
He's gonna re-sign with Toronto?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
I guarantee.
God.
You picture the relationship he's built with everybody inside there.
Fuck relationships.
He's best friends with fucking Bieber, of all people.
Sure.
But as stupid as
Biebs
it
can hop
sounds-
on a jet and go to fucking Scottsdale anytime he
Yeah,
wants.
but that's exactly it. He has a house in Scottsdale. His family lives there.
Yeah.
He has his mom or dad with him up here.
Yeah.
So he's got best of both. He's a kid who grew up in Arizona and wanted nothing more than somebody to care about hockey when he went to school and said, I play hockey. And they're like, awesome.
Right. So he's
Now
not
he's
gonna,
in the hockey mecca.
he's not gonna get that attention.
He
in
literally
Scottsdale.
sits in his room and plays NHL.
Right.
And then he plays hockey.
That's right.
Pretty good
So-
at it, too.
You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be a point where if all you did was live, breathe, yes, obviously, just like anybody, if me and you played in the NHL, we'd get drafted out of a team, we're going to be happy by whoever drafts us. If we get a chance, like Jason Spezza, to end our career in Toronto as a Toronto guy, awesome. I'll sign 1 year for a minimum contract, end it here.
Oh, good for Spezza on that.
The
Yeah.
other thing people don't realize is the cost. Like, people who are, like, talking to people who've been in the NHL and talking, like, somebody like Jason Spezza, when he comes to Toronto before he played in Toronto, he'd spend $40,000 to have his family come and be able to watch the game.
That's a lot.
So if Austin Matthews has in Arizona,
Yeah.
the guy's got 7 pairs of season tickets he's got to pay for because his buddies, cousins, grandmas, whatever wants to come to the game.
That's true.
Yeah.
It gets to be a point. Yes, the team gives you a pair of tickets.
You know what? He could probably fill up the arena himself.
Oh, he could exactly. Yeah,
I'm being serious.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even joking.
100%.
Right. Yeah.
But if you could have, if the team flocks,
and then
you
he's got to get all of his one night stands on the other side of the arena so they don't fucking
There you go.
coincide with each
There
other,
you go.
right? You know, like, here's my Monday night. He's gonna sit behind the fucking.
He just
goal.
buys jerseys before the game, like,
Yeah.
you wear this jersey,
And that's
you
the
wear
number.
that jersey.
That's the number of his kill count. That's what I thought you were getting at. Sorry.
No,
yeah.
no, not
I think
quite,
more
not
extreme.
quite.
Yeah. Sorry.
Not
My
quite.
apologies. Yeah.
So going even with
Going
that,
back.
you've got 2 different cities,
Yeah.
you got your Canadian girls, you got your Arizona girls.
Yeah.
I feel like being warm, I'm going home for a couple weeks, so I'm gonna go see what's
Yeah.
going on. And anybody knows, Toronto is one of those, they always joke, like, we're literally like a cultural mosaic up here is what they call it. Like,
Yep.
we bring in every culture, you can come in Toronto and go to like the festival. Now obviously COVID, a little different, but all the festivals that he would have witnessed in the last year, you get to witness what happened with the Raptors.
Yeah.
Coyotes win the cup.
Yeah.
Me and you
There's
could
a lot
probably
of
go and
pressure.
high five the people on the bus.
Like that's
A lot
it.
of pressure.
Where here, he just you think the Raptors
Like how
parade is
big
big? You
that
imagine the
parade
Leafs
is going to
winning
be in
it.
Arizona.
Oh, I
But
said that to Dawes. I was like, when Raptors won, I was very happy about that. But when you look at Leafs winning, holy, there might be riots.
That's the thing.
There might
I
be,
love the
like-
jokes right now. Like we're not going to have a parade.
And that's why we win
Oh.
it. That would be why the Leafs would win it. I hate
Right.
saying we because that always sounds ridiculous. So
No, I
I'm
like
such a part of the team.
I dig
No,
it.
no,
I
no,
dig it.
no,
I
no.
dig it. I like it.
We, as
Yeah,
in
yeah.
us Leafs fans,
We're
want it.
We're
We want
diehard.
it.
We've been with them. I've been with them since.
How many times did we go to
diapers.
St. Louis, or we watch it together, or we watch at another bar, Dawes, where we're watching a game and you're like, oh fuck, we're getting beat out this round. Nobody wants that. Imagine we're watching finals. That's what you want to see, and that's a we process.
Yeah,
I
that's
want
what
to
I
say
see.
that's a we
Yeah.
process.
You made me think that when you brought up Mr. Suit guy earlier, I was thinking last time I went to a bar with this guy, I walk in the front door and he's the only one in a suit sitting at the table.
Where was
Everyone else
that?
is-
There you
It was
go.
at St. Louis.
It was?
Yeah.
I
We
was
were
in
just
a
there. Yep. I walked inside. I'm like, I haven't seen these boys in forever. Everyone else is just lounging, like track pants. We're here for some beers, and Corey comes in like he's Barney from fucking How I Met Your Mother. Waving at people. Just stupid.
That's the best compliment I've ever had.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Like he
I like
walks
it.
in just like
Oh,
tightening
yeah.
up the
Honestly,
tie.
this is like-
Mr. Rico Suave.
Do
in
the
corner.
fucking button up in the front.
This is top button.
He had a thing. He even had. I don't know if people know, but he had one of those like pocket squares.
Oh,
I still
we-
rock it.
Yeah.
I still rock
no,
it.
Dawes like that though, man.
Yeah.
He's like that.
Yeah.
But you know what it's like being you walk in and you're like, holy, what? You know, you feel either am I underdressed? Am I like what is going on here?
Well, I
You
can't
gotta
help it
catch
if
him
I
on
just
a date.
finish work.
Catch him on a day, like depending. Some days he's Mr. Suit and Tie.
Yeah.
Some days.
I mean, I could have been
he's-
Mr. Suit and Tie today for this cast, but I got changed.
I could have done the same thing. Actually, I was surprised when I picked you up.
Just change it to like the tuxedo cast instead
No.
of Dawes Tales?
Yeah, like like when we go Facebook Live, because we're all thinking about going Facebook
Yeah,
Live.
we're planning on it.
So we're planning on going Facebook Live. We're planning on doing more like live events and everything else, so that people could watch us live as we do the cast
In our natural habitat.
in our natural habitat. Maybe we'll all be dressed in suit and ties next time.
Well, I hope,
or
whatever makes you feel comfortable. Like, I don't give a fuck what you wear. But all three of us, could be naked right now. I'd be like, cool. Yeah.
This is the cast.
Yeah, this is the cast.
Just the Nate cast.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
So we never
Do you-
really
do you
got
oppose to
into.
that?
No, I was just gonna. I've never really got into how we actually know each other.
I was just, I was
Oh,
about to say
okay.
that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hoppy, start with Steve.
with Steve.
Yeah.
Okay. It's weird though because the naked story actually was going to lead into Corey's side of how I'm.
Oh,
But we'll go the other way. And we'll go back.
We
that way,
can
so-
bring it back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
do
So-
me first.
So I know, holy Jesus. So yeah, it's weird to transition now because I'm going real young.
So who are you going to first?
So I'm gonna go to
after
Steve.
that?
I'll go with
Okay,
Steve,
yeah.
like you said,
Yeah,
since
yeah.
that's what we start with. So
Yeah.
Steve and I actually met when we were like 4. If you could, we were started school together.
Yes.
In our small town that we live in, it's not uncommon for people to go from literally junior kindergarten to graduate high school together. So there's probably like a 15-20 person crew that we literally had our first day of school together and we literally had our last day of school together.
Exactly.
And some of those guys, it's like right now, I haven't seen Steve in maybe a few months, maybe even up to a year.
I'd say a few
But,
years
yeah.
actually.
Well, we ran into each other at work the odd
Yeah.
time, stuff like that, but to actually hang out, and it's just natural. Like you start when you're 4 years old with somebody, you just like we were talking about earlier, just out of just rambling. Like I was at Steve-O's first like 4-year-old party. Like I remember
Yeah.
being at his birthday party at 4,
Yeah.
him at my birthday party.
Was everyone in diapers?
Like I remember him running around with a girl. I'm not going to say her name, but like girls that are married now that were in our 30s. That I remember him holding hands with her in like grade 1. Like I remember stupid
Nice.
stories. Like that's what I mean. Like I remember all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that so we go way back to stupid parties to.
And it's good when you got friends like that you could just you've known each other all your life. You could go in and out, and it's no difference once you link back up.
Everything's natural.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
you link back up, everything there's no quorums.
Yeah.
100%. And then as for Corey, I'm not sure.
There you go.
Let's
This
go.
is where the nasty.
Let's go.
Yeah, there you go.
So I
Let's
met
go.
Corey, met Mr. Dawes, our host here, through
Mr.
sports. Actually, I think it was. I don't know how if it was through a mutual friend that you came in. So me and a mutual friend were playing on a rep hockey team when we were in like grade 7 or 8.
Yep.
And
What
I don't know,
hockey team was that?
it was actually St. Matt's, but it used to be a church. It was a church hockey team, but that year they decided, you know what, we're dummying kids, so let's get our kids again. We'll go travel. We'll get
Move on up.
So we moved up a couple divisions. So Corey and a few other guys, our other buddy who, actually the guy who his family owns the St. Louis we were mentioning, he, same thing, joined the team that year.
Right.
Had a few other guys. And from there, it was like Corey was friends of friends. A year later, or 2 years later, Corey was.
So, because St. Matt's was mostly OV boys.
It started.
A lot of OV boys was on that team.
Started,
and then that guy, this dickhead, just shows up and.
Exactly. So our mutual friend, I don't know if he might listen to the podcast or not, but our mutual friend by the name of John, he was
Johnny.
on. Yep,
Johnny.
absolutely.
Shout out Johnny. Shout out Johnny.
Shout out John. I don't know if you're listening or if you will listen, but yeah, great guy. So John and I were really close. We same as me and Steve here. We started hockey together when we were 4.
Right.
So John and I started for one team. We moved our way up. We had another guy named Kevin who had a different team. He asked us to play for his team. Slowly, as you can imagine, Canadians, it's like every other country, you have a different sport. You move your way up through the system. And Corey all of a sudden was trying out for our team. I think that year, actually, I was captain of our team.
Yes.
We ended up, not to sound like an arsehole, but literally for most of my years, it felt like it was my team and the boys. Like I was the captain.
I agree.
My team and the boys.
There it is. Like Corey was my assistant captain. John was.
Best captain.
That's it. You
Yeah,
gotta mention that.
Best captain I've ever played for.
You were A patch?
No, you were 1 year. I think 1 year with us. And they rotated the A's more, and then they started rotating the C's. But it was weird. Like it got to be the point where for lack of a better term, in Canada, some people's dad would put a little more money into the team, so all of a sudden the coach would vote that kid captain.
That's how hockey works.
But everybody knew the captain had a C in his jersey, but for some reason I was the guy that did the pregame speech, even though, you know what I mean? So there was different things like that. So I did wear the C for a few years, but then there was other years where it came off for things like that. But down the line, we had, that's how I met Dawes, and then you mentioned James earlier. Slowly through transition, I learned bass guitar.
Played too?
Nope, yeah, Abel was a good goalie.
Yeah,
but so
not for us.
Not for us, but he was on different. But what happened was with our rep team, we had a rep team where we would travel. We would play 70, 85 games a season. There were seasons where we'd lose 2 games in that 85 game season. So our goalie, we had 1 goalie or 2 goalies. They'd get tired or they couldn't make it. So James would come to tournaments. He'd we'd call James's family and say, "Hey James, can you come to Niagara with us for the weekend and play goalie for us?" So then I remember tournaments with, he's not here, but I remember tournaments where he didn't play on a great team, so we'd win a tournament and we'd give him the tournament trophy to take home with us.
God, wow, what a participation in that.
But it wasn't meant like that. It was more like his team would lose. He came to us and he was a great goalie, but when you make 70
teams.
But when you make 70,
we couldn't.
You couldn't. We had our goalies.
Yeah.
We had our goalies. So it got to be a point where
who was your goalie at the time? Do we know this person?
Fuck.
It would have been Nick and Aiden, probably.
It would Nick and Aiden. Yeah.
I don't know Aiden.
Yeah. No, Aiden, awesome goalie. Nick, a good goalie too.
Yeah. But Nick's dad was the coach, so he had a spot.
Yeah.
Aiden,
so Abel was pretty much your backup.
He was like our third. No, he played
Abel was like our
up
David Ayers.
Remember?
Abel was like our David Ayers.
David Ayers?
Yeah.
Zamboni driver?
Yeah, exactly.
Lack of a better term, Abel was our Zamboni driver. The difference is though with Abel is he was on the team that he'd make 65 saves, but he'd still lose by 6 goals because they were giving up 70 shots and his team would get 10. So he'd come on us, he'd come play goal for us, we'd win a game 9-0, and he wouldn't give up a goal, but because he had a team in front of him.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know what I mean? So that was where it went. So, but to transition later, they actually started a band later on, and that's how I actually met James first. Was I picked up the bass guitar, Corey was playing drums.
You guys all were also in a band together as well as
it wasn't really a band as much of a guys hanging together.
Jam session.
Exactly. The boys in the hockey team would get together on a Saturday and jam together. They didn't have a bassist, so I had learned bass guitar, and they said, well, why don't you come over and start playing bass with us? Corey played drums, John, who we mentioned, played guitar, and James played guitar.
Oh,
so we had decided at this point, well, why don't you we'll just play Blink-182 songs or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's really where I was going to get in. So that's where I saw Corey naked for the first time.
Oh,
Okay, we're getting right into it.
don't stop there.
That's where we were going on.
Yeah.
So when you first brought up the whole naked part, was Corey had this thing where it would be hot in the basement, so Corey decided that it was time to drum in the boxers. And then after
Okay.
a while, because us were in front, Corey might not be wearing the boxers anymore if we look backwards. So we try to sneak a peek maybe, or look forward, whatever you wanted to do, depending on the
I was
situation.
hoping I would
Nice.
take a sneak a peek. Doesn't matter.
Nice.
If you want to look, man, you look. It's up to you.
Absolutely.
Like, if you want to look, go for it.
So that's how you guys all got into it, eh?
Yeah.
So that was kind of then from there, parties, and then moving on to
Yeah.
high school. I think Corey
Yeah.
then by grade 9 came to Kenner with us.
Yep.
And that's where you probably met Steve,
Yeah.
and then the rest is history, boy.
Actually, no, because I do remember
We can get-
Corey Dawes in my gym classes mostly. Fucking hated the guy. Honestly, did not like this guy in gym classes. Every time we'd play like ball hockey, and the tennis course in Kenner. Everybody knows the tennis course in Kenner. So this guy would literally do this stupid fucking ball hockey move where he'd try he'd be so fancy, and I'm like, yo, fuck this guy. Like, honestly, and I
He was
just
like that when he was younger, Mr.
Yeah.
Played
Mr.
defense, but he had it done.
Mr.
Actually,
Dangles, but he could not
we
take
should,
like.
I had more goals from this. So my dad was on the bench. This just made me think of it. So sorry to cut you off.
No,
But
go for
I-
it. Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Fuck that guy.
No, it's actually kind of complimenting him in a way. But
Oh.
my dad was on the bench, so
Look at him, so happy and proud up there.
after my dad was certified in all the training certificates and different things like that, so whatever team I made growing up, my dad generally had some type of tie into the team where he could, whatever, fix the
Oh.
bench, do something like that. So
Oh.
usually what happened was my dad growing up also, just like every Canadian father pretty well, played hockey growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to be where he played defense, and my dad was the standard from everybody. Just like you hear now, where you talk about, oh, they were the NHL, could have made it here, could have made it there. Well, everybody I talked to, my dad was actually pretty good at hockey. Problem was, is he was like 5 feet tall in the league back in the day when everyone was
Oh,
like
your dad?
Yeah,
Okay,
little
good.
tiny
Okay,
guy.
good.
So yeah, I'm built like my mom's side of the family, where he's smaller, but he was.
But you're tall now. Now you're like,
And that's what I mean. Like he was like literally like 5 foot and like 140 pounds when he graduated high school. Like he was this tiny little guy, but he was the defensive coach. So there was a lot of plays in hockey with me and Corey where he would run plays with Corey as the defenseman.
See, now when Corey told me this, I did not believe him that he was a defenseman, because Corey's a shorter guy. He's not, well, he's kind of hefty, but he's not like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't look like a defenseman in my eyes. Like, you know our friend Chris Thomas.
Yep. Yeah.
That guy's a defenseman. You know what I mean? That guy's a fucking 6'2" mongoloid guy looking big as all hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That guy's gonna be nasty on skates. What did you play actually?
So I actually played left wing or center. So with Corey.
So you played left winger and center.
Yeah. I was always a forward. Yeah. So Corey was the guy feeding me.
Really?
In the net.
Really?
Yeah, so Corey in the back. So this is kind of, I don't know, you know hockey enough. So we used to do this draw play every friggin' game, and people never caught on to it. And Corey will probably come in here and literally be laughing about it, because he probably hasn't thought about it since I've brought this up. But my dad said to Corey in a practice one time, most people when they're standing looking at you, so anybody who's listening to this, picture a face-off where the goalie's standing in net, and Corey and me have our goalie behind us. So we're standing in the
So
net.
you're in your own
You're in
end.
our own end, off to the left side, say.
Yeah.
I'm off closest to the boards. Corey's the defenseman at the below like goal line kind of thing, and we got our buddy John, who was my centerman. Again, we were just a crew. Winning the draws back. So my dad said to Corey, "Don't worry about what's going on. John will always win that draw back. And as soon as you get that puck, you flip that puck as high as you can to the fucking as far as you can down center ice.
Yeah.
And every single time, Josh is going to take off from the left wing between both defensemen, and because they're facing our goalie." They're not going to be able to turn around quick enough to get the puck that flies over their head.
Right.
So I'm not looking at John, I'm not looking at Corey. I would be like at the face-off circle, and as soon as that puck would hit the ice, I'm taking off to the blue line. The other
Really?
team.
You're being the icing.
Gone.
You're
So
you're
Corey
gone.
would literally catch that puck.
I
and
connected.
flip it straight up in the air, and I would catch that puck at the center ice line and be on the breakaway.
Oh, so you're
down
catching it
the net.
before the blue. You're
Oh, yeah.
just like literally catch.
Corey would catch it on our goal line, beside our goal
We need to
line.
do this on challenge.
Yeah.
It was such
Challenge
a
buddy.
Catch the goal right beside the goal line. He'd flick it straight up in the air over their entire team, and as their defensemen try to turn around to get towards center
Get
ice,
back.
I'm already cutting between both of them. Puck would drop right in front of me. I'd put it on my blade and walk straight in from center ice on a breakaway.
and
Jeez.
more likely score a goal
Right.
Because if I didn't, I had John behind me who was going to pick up the rebound or whoever the hell else was on there.
and score.
God damn.
That was our that was our set play. Like we had the how first line, second line, third line, like whatever. I was always with Hoppy and Johnny.
Yeah.
Just because of that, and just because I could feed them the puck.
And it would take, and that's what maybe you said Corey Corey was a fast, smaller defenseman, but he could catch people. So he was like that. You didn't need you had the bodies on the team if you needed somebody to throw a big hit. You had Corey there to throw the puck up if you needed to be.
Oh,
And
okay, that makes sense now, because I was like, Corey, a defenseman.
He'd be teamed with somebody
I
like-
don't see him as a defenseman.
He'd be teamed with somebody like our buddy Brock or our buddy Derek.
I don't
who was
see
like a
him
tech
as a
guy who would do. They were the defensive defenseman,
Yeah,
and Corey was
yeah.
the offensive defenseman. And Corey would
two-way
feed the puck.
almost,
Yeah.
or like anything. Yeah.
And he'd let us slap shot. Like he was the guy who was like there. But that's so it was, and it just led into the way our kind of young life led into. It was like when hockey season ended, the boys just hung out, and if they weren't hanging out, they were playing sports, or they were going to meet at a pool party, or it was like, and it got to be the fact where at least with our team, we were so close for so many years that like. We're having a podcast right now. If I heard tomorrow that Corey's dad and my dad started a podcast, it wouldn't be weird. Like they would be like it's just,
It would look like
it would be normal.
all
Yeah.
natural.
It got to be points where they would go to Niagara and all the dad, we'd take over an entire floor of a hotel.
Yeah.
The parents would open all the hotel room doors, prop their chairs out in the hallway and drink, and all the kids would
Just
just
the
run
whole
around that
thing.
entire floor. The dads would fuck off and go to the
shit, that's
casino
crazy.
for like 8 or 10 dads would go to the casino, drink all night. They'd come back and all us boys are playing mini sticks in the hallway. And these guys, we started from what, like 13 to we're 30 now.
Yeah.
And it's like you think back, like we could have maybe left that time and went to the greater league to make our, and we might, one or two of us or three of us might have made it. Like I played against some guy. I played against Matt Duchesne. I played against
Sure,
Derek.
yeah.
Like I played against guys that
Right.
made it. And
Right.
but in a way, like those memories we have as the boys,
Awesome.
like those, I could at 10 years old, 12 years old, I could walk downtown Niagara Falls through Clifton Hill by myself with my crew of 10 boys, and my mom and dad had no worry. There was 10 guys hanging together, going to the arcade, going to Ripley's, going to do whatever. And
We
at
always
6
had those
o'clock,
tournaments in
we had
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. Our
All the
March
time.
break. We
Yep.
spent our
Yeah.
March break in Niagara to the point where the parents would drink and, all right, where are you going? 10 of us are going down to the arcade. All right, make sure you're back by 8 o'clock. You guys got a game at 7 tomorrow morning. And
Go
you
and
need to
come
be-
back.
Okay, see
Yeah,
ya.
go
And that
and
was
come
from, we weren't even like the last year we went pretty well, we were drinking age. Like we were like, not even, we were like 17, but we
Yeah,
were
it was
starting
this,
to
yeah,
drink.
yeah.
So it was literally just that like youth age where it was like, somebody
Well,
brings an
that's also-
Xbox and everybody
was
hangs
cool.
in their room. Or like, it was all about the hockey and the time with
That's
the boys.
also where it's changed. Like
Yeah.
it's not like that nowadays. We're all a little bit.
That's also
in
where
a
it
different-
changed. That's also where it changed for me.
Like, are you
like,
letting your kids do that?
like no, like
Are
I'm.
you letting your kids do that? Hoppy or Dawes? Like, if you have kids, you know what I mean?
I just don't want
got the
my
hockey
kids.
crew.
I don't want my kids to.
To perform a travesty to the game.
Yeah, like what Hoppy said like earlier on and stuff. That's when we first started, and then
Right.
we split. We split at a certain time.
It got to be a point where I was a few of our teams. So what happened? Like you just said, St. Matthews was so good that we had 4 or 5 guys get scouted by a high up team, and we could have walked onto a high. And 4 or 5 of us decided. Literally 8 or 10 of us could have left, but 4 or 5 of us decided to go.
Yeah.
So we left,
Yeah.
and by that point, that's when the strain came. It came to be where we joined. It was like our crew of 17 guys had 5 guys leave and join a second group of 10 guys.
The team's not the same.
So yeah, so then they brought it. But
was
the problem-
different. It was different.
like it was, but they didn't. The thing that hurt the guys that left is the guys that were there didn't we were just like our numbers they were just replaced. They just put them on somebody else and took our name patch off the back.
Shit.
So it wasn't any like thanks for everything you did. Like and it wasn't that it was a big
Didn't
deal, 'cause
retire the
they
number.
played
Didn't retire the
like when you
number.
look back, like we played. It got to be a point where it was so heated where our coaches finally said when we went to this higher up league, we were like, we're gonna play these guys, even though they're a house league team, we're gonna play them. For no fucking reason. If you think about it, it's like an NHL team challenging an AHL team. If we win, we win.
It was easy.
Awesome. If we lose, we look like idiots. There's no win for us in that circumstance.
There's no lose. Like, we're not losing at that point.
No, but for us, in my circumstance, there was no. You guys had no lose. For me, there was. If I lost you guys, it was. Oh my God, you guys lost to a house league team. If I won, they were. Oh my God, you should have beat them. You guys are the better team.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So in that, and we did beat them, but with that, it got to be more. It was like St. Matt's got to be so good that the whole team should have left rather than having certain group, because it got to be a point where some of us, like Corey was mentioning, and like we were just saying, it got to be where that it took these teams like 2 or 3 of that play to be able to catch on what we were doing. By that point, we're up 2 or 3-0, and we're just coasting.
Yeah.
Like so, it got to be.
We're making like you have to do like 10 passes to score a goal.
Yeah, like our coach.
So you're saying Dawesy could have been like the new fucking Tavares.
But that's okay.
and, like,
we just took. We're looking back.
Sorry,
we took,
Matthews. He gave me a dirty look. He wants to be Matthews.
He was a defenseman.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I
know.
He was
Okay,
he was more of like a Morgan Riley who could put points in the net, be quick, but at the same.
But you know he wants to be Matthews.
Yeah.
He wants to.
But at the same point, that was the biggest thing. Is it
Look
was
from the waist
what was
down. Sorry, keep going.
But that was the big thing. Was the boys.
The weapon of the kid.
Yeah.
we could have went further, but it was, and it's still looking back, like we just said, it was more important, and I'll never take for granted the times we had.
And
it was
it's
more
good
important.
looking back.
Yeah, it was more important to have those times with the boys and play wherever and do whatever with the boys and know that I can call Corey's dad tomorrow and say whatever, and I feel like he'd be there.
Right.
But if I was on
it's
that
a bond.
team,
It's a deeper bond.
Exactly. Where if I went to that new team, that team, this team every year, like we all could have.
Yeah.
We maybe would have an extended family where we'd know these people closer, but we wouldn't be as close as we are.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Dawsy,
Yep.
do you not have a tale for us about extended families?
Oh.
Yes.
You want to get into that?
Well, I think that's what was supposed to be mentioned. I think we should mention it.
Sure.
Are you ready to mention it?
Yeah.
Because you broke it to me. You told me that you have
An extended family.
an extended family.
Yeah.
You just recently got in contact with them. It's been pretty recently.
Yep.
And it's crazy that you just recently got into this whole thing of like, you didn't want to bring it up. Like, this is why, to our viewers, we didn't want to bring it up in previous casts until we knew where it was kind of going. But
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But I hear it's going
Man,
going very well.
The last couple of months with this kind of issue has been surreal.
Super surreal.
It's been crazy.
So like it's been more than a couple months, I think.
Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think it's been like a while. We've kind of kept it in the dark. We haven't brought it up in the cast, but I think it's about time because things are going so well.
Let's spill the beans.
There you go. Here's a Dawes tale.
So one time I was working, and my mother, she texted me and said, I need you to come up after work so we can talk.
Oh.
And at that point, I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like, come on. Like, just tell me now. Just tell me now.
Yeah, just text it.
Yeah, just text me. So after work, I head up to, you know what? And Hoppy has he has no idea. So this will be very new to him. So I can't wait for him to chime in on this. So I'm up with my parents, and my sister, she's very good at this whole technology stuff. So she's on her Mac, and she has a, what do you call it? Like a...
The fuck you trying to describe?
Like I don't know, like like a what do you call it? Like a project planned. Like a
One of the
project.
best storytellers I've ever heard on that one.
I'm brutal at this. You guys are
What
so
the
good at it.
hell?
I got nothing.
What is that?
So my sister, she's got this
What,
whole
does she have a fucking whole... Oh shit, no, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Projector plan.
like-
I was thinking that in my head.
Projector?
Yeah. Something like that. So I'm up at my parents
She has
and
Microsoft Word open.
and my sister goes, she's getting ready to start the slideshow. And then my dad, fucking the drama queen that he is, he starts talking about Ancestry.ca.
Right.
So, a while back, my dad, so my aunt, he basically how it started is my aunt wanted to know if my dad was Native American. Because we're all so, we're
That's
all
where
so,
it started from?
That's how it started.
Your dad's Native American,
Yeah.
that's it.
He's so much darker than like the
And-
rest of
and
us.
you-
Like even Hoppy, like knowing my dad, how dark he is, and then you look at me, like I'm a
I
white
don't
boy.
know.
Oh,
man.
yeah,
Your
yeah.
Right,
dad
like,
looks
I-
pretty pale in comparison to me.
I'm super white,
Oh,
right?
we're not getting into that, Steve.
Yeah, right.
Let's just move right on to that next step.
Well, I'm just saying,
We were going more of German as Icelandic, not
there's different types of whites.
holy. We're not getting into this right now.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead.
finish.
Okay.
So, yeah, my sister's got this whole slide thing. My dad starts talking, and he goes.
Slideshow.
So he goes. I found my biological family. So my dad back then was adopted. So never knew his
I didn't know
mom and
that.
dad. Never knew anything about them.
Yeah, see,
Which-
this
so-
is going to
so-
be a learning
Yo, Hop, like
experience
I'm
for
I'm
Hop.
stoked that
No.
you're gonna find out right now.
No,
Like
so
I'm
those
stoked for it.
grandparents that I met, was that your mother's parents?
Like,
that were
this is
always
big.
at the games and stuff like that? Curly, white-haired lady and...
So that's on my mom's side.
Okay.
That's
So
on my
that-
mom's
yeah,
side.
okay,
Yes,
okay.
yeah. So my dad's side, they never came out to. They never came out to many games. They just stayed away from it. Yeah. So I'm up with my parents, and this all started with Ancestry, and everyone just wanted to know if my dad was Native American. And you keep going down the line and trying to find different DNA or whatever, and boom, found a match.
Jeez.
This lady out in Ireland messaged my aunt and said, your brother matches this person with a strong DNA.
Wow.
And my dad's like, okay, yeah, keep going.
So where he sent it to Ancestry.ca, like his own DNA to them?
Yeah. So like a swab test and everything
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
yeah. And long story short, I have a brand new family.
That's cool, dude.
Isn't that
Like,
awesome?
yeah, like overseas family.
Guess what?
What's that?
They live in Newmarket.
How friggin' weird is that? That close, that far, all this
That
time.
close.
Yeah.
They live in Newmarket.
You guys, speaking of how, you could have played a tournament against them in there all these years. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that weird to think?
They're all girls.
Oh, weird, okay. You hit on one of them.
All play AAA hockey.
It's in Eugene?
Super competitive.
Yep. How old are these? Like, are you doing?
That's a good question.
Yeah, see, you're just learning, right? So.
Yeah, like Hop. This happened like just before Christmas.
Okay.
I think my mom invited me up just before Christmas, told me everything. A couple of weeks after, I go back up to my parents' house after work, and they start. The doorbell goes,
Yeah.
and it's my uncle, my aunt, and my two new cousins.
Oh, weird. Okay.
One is a goalie for the for Oshawa AAA.
Okay.
They were playing in Peterborough, and that's when I first met them.
That's cool, dude. That's awesome.
Dude,
It's also kind of strange because they have so much in common.
yeah.
It's
I'll get
weird how that, like, they honestly, it's like that twin thing where they get separated at birth and I'll still have something tied into
right.
family and
Right?
whatnot. Like,
It's
Yeah.
actually nuts. Like,
Man, like,
what, your uncle?
can you remember like Christmas Eve? I think I broke this to you and James on
Around-
Christmas. Like around that time.
around that time.
Yeah. yeah, so they came up. They were playing against Peterborough. I came home. Everyone started going to the arena. They played against each other, and yeah, like till this day, they are super close. So 3 new uncles.
Yeah.
2 of them are married.
This guy has a whole new side of his
I know that's
family.
so.
Like,
Not
it's
to-
crazy.
So we're gonna go back for just a second. Did your dad always know he's adopted, and his adopted family? Does he have siblings through them?
Yeah, so he always knew that he was adopted.
When did he found out young, or they told him?
Yeah, he found out young. Yeah,
See, that's always weird because I don't know if I'd want to know, right? As someone coming from that kind of thing,
Yeah.
like hopped. Like
is he oldest or youngest in that family?
It depends on how you take it, I guess.
Well, it would be, yeah, because like actually weird you said my mom's mom was adopted, but I was the last one in my family to find out. Like my younger brothers found out because she didn't find out.
Yeah, but that's you.
But
You're
she-
being a...
No, I know, but like she was told.
You're just being self-centered right now. I'm the last one to know.
No, I mean like not in that sense. I mean it like I couldn't imagine like right now just my parents being like, hey, so we thought we couldn't have kids, so we adopted you and your
Well,
2
we're
brothers.
30.
Then we found out we could have kids, and it'd
Right.
be like,
We're
what?
30 now.
Yeah.
You know,
We're 30 now.
But you know what? But his dad, like I was
I
thinking that his
understand.
dad just found out.
Right,
So I'm thinking
right,
if his
okay.
dad just found out, you go 20, 50 years, whatever, and you're like my family, and then they're like, oh, by the way, you do a DNA test, and your family ain't your family. Like
Right.
you're like, what the?
yeah,
Like my
So that's
dad
why I'm
just
asking.
recently came in contact with his mother. It's been a long going thing as well. Not as big as Dawsy's thing though, because you got a whole new fucking
Yeah,
family.
you got a new family, bro.
Like-
So were you close with? Was he close with his adopted family?
No, he didn't even know.
No,
Like he knew he
no,
was
I mean,
adopted.
Like, but he never hung. Like, did he have brothers and sisters growing up that were adopted brothers and sisters?
Yes. So my
Was
two,
he close
Were they
with
all
so my
that?
split
two
up
aunts.
then?
We're, like
Were they all split
like
up?
my dad's adopted family, super close. Like we're all very very close.
So they were like regular parents, even though they were the adopted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm calling my aunts like my aunt, like like Aunt Jane, like Aunt Janice, like shit like
Right.
that, right? Like that's what I'm saying.
So everything meshed. Everything meshed really nicely.
Oh,
Could have been better.
it's actually crazy. Like man, like dad and mom go and visit them. They'll come here and visit.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. Like it's fucking awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like
Dawsy has a whole new family.
like
Double Christmas, boys. Double Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, hey, can I get some reparations for all these Christmases here?
like last week I actually accepted all the Facebook requests, and then I found out my uncle does his own show. He does his own podcast.
Oh,
he
see,
does
that's
one too.
So weird.
Isn't that weird though?
Oh,
Like, come
world,
on.
right? Yeah.
So
Come on.
they all share a love of hockey,
Well, that's Canadian.
And guess what? Steve, I'm glad
but
you.
they do the same team.
Yeah, fair enough.
And guess who their second favorite team is?
Boston Bruins.
Yep. That's their
They-
second favorite team.
Just
Isn't that weird?
so
that's really
me and Javi are just excluding the Dawsies.
I'm
Yeah.
a father of a
Dawsy,
Boston
Dawsy.
fan, so I've listened to him my whole life.
Yeah.
Fucking
Bobby
Dawsies.
Like,
But that's awesome, dude. That's really cool.
Super cool.
And then his uncle does a podcast too. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy that there is so much that's alike between you guys. Like,
Connected with
it's
everything.
actually nuts.
Yeah.
It's actually nuts.
Yeah, like like I said, like last week I started adding everyone on Facebook. They accepted it, and then I got a text from my. I got a
No,
text.
I'm not accepting.
I got a text from. I got a text from my mom. I got a text from my mom. I seen that you're friends with Auntie Tara, Uncle Ken, Uncle Kevin.
Okay.
Just be respectful on Facebook.
And then literally messages me later. I know you like Budweiser.
Right? Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. They just
No,
want
like be respectful on Facebook. Yeah, my friend likes semen in his beer.
right.
That-
Did they see that?
What? Of course they're gonna see that.
Really?
You commented on it.
Yeah, nothing says family like.
Poppy, did you see that?
No, I don't think I did.
You didn't see that comment?
He might have not seen it.
I thought it was
Here,
pretty funny.
I'm pulling it up
Yeah,
right now as
yeah,
we
pull it up,
speak
yeah.
because fuck Dawes, Budweiser is a great beer.
I thought that was
And
pretty
if
funny.
Budweiser is ever
I
gonna
thought that
be
was pretty
listening,
funny.
I'm looking
I might
for
have
a
seen that. This was a few
sponsorship.
days ago, actually. I think you were
Yeah,
talking
exactly.
about-
And
yeah,
I'm,
like last week or a couple. Yeah, I know. I think I know what you guys are
Yeah.
talking about.
I'm trying
I'm
to
not a huge
fucking
Facebook guy.
get a sponsorship here by Budweiser, but don't tell me that. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah,
right?
that's good. I like it.
No, you like that?
That's a funny comment, man. Look at all the likes he's got. If it wasn't funny, he wouldn't get the reaction.
See?
Dude, fuck this guy.
I thought it was great.
This guy literally says, "I believe it."
Believe me, I'm big into that stuff. Like, because besides, I interned with the Pete's in their marketing and sales department for like 4 months before I started.
Do you ever get nasty comments like that? Like nasty,
social media.
Social media.
You can be like, it was the same when you make certain things and you share certain things by certain teams and they get shared. You got to expect like, just like anything else. Yeah, 10%, 20, even like anything. You could be the best, and there's guys out there that are the best artists in the world. There's somebody out there that fucking hates the Mona Lisa. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally
Exactly.
There's somebody out there.
What's the Mona Lisa?
Holy.
So it's
The painting.
pretty
that's in
much
it's a
painting
picture
of a
of
lady.
you know Lisa from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
It's a picture of her painted in a museum in France.
She's yellow?
That's Lisa from The Simpsons. Yeah. So,
Right.
It's like-
but
Is the
she's
Mona Lisa
in
yellow?
sex pose, so they call
Oh.
it Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
but it's huge,
Yeah.
and some people don't like that stuff.
I'll show you huge. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So in that context, there's people who, so it's exact same. Social media, anything else. You make something, you post something.
See,
somebody's gonna see. You can make the best thing, and you can be like, "Hey, I'm giving you the first person to comment on this. I'm giving them $100,000," and the comment will be like, "You suck dick." Awesome.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You
like,
get $100,000.
That's just
because
that's
I don't get it.
You said I sucked it.
The first comment, I suck dick.
We're saying that social media in general is just a pain in the butt to do.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
'cause
the first
it's hard to
comment.
take
The first
social
comment
media.
doesn't have to be "you suck dick."
No,
No,
well, you
9
can.
times out you can, but usually out of anything, like first Instagram post, first TikTok post, first anything, they're like first. Do you ever see that? They're like first, and they're just
number
showing
one.
that they were the first person to fucking comment shit.
on it.
And it's stupid.
But you can comment anything.
You could comment. What was it? You
I suck dick.
Yeah. Corey sucks dick. Capital letters.
First.
First comment. It's like those
Most
people.
likes.
Do you remember when you
Most
got like
likes.
yearbooks back
Most
in the
likes.
day? And everyone would sign your
shit.
crack and be like, "I signed your crack."
You know what?
Same thing.
Imagine what yearbooks look like nowadays. Like we all graduated from. Well, I did, but like you guys did. Like,
Yeah, but I didn't.
yeah.
I'm glad you're on this cast, man. That makes me feel a lot better right now.
No, exactly. I didn't graduate, but from Canada, I graduated. But anyways, so like imagine what like yearbooks would sound like right now, like
Right.
as our youth.
Yeah, I don't know how that would
Poppy, you
be.
don't got okay, eh?
No,
Soon to be.
no.
You don't want kids?
I don't know, man. It's too expensive. I'd rather just do my thing.
Yep.
Have dogs.
Jeez.
Do my thing.
Yep.
Dawes, any kids?
Hoppy, you got a new dog?
I do. I
Yep.
do. Got a brand new Great Dane Shepherd. He's 4 months old and already
Dog
almost 50 pounds.
fathers over here.
It's very odd. It's probably the best way to figure out if you want to have kids. Now, everyone that has kids is going to say that dogs are
agree.
not like
I
kids.
agree.
And they aren't. I get that. I'm not saying that,
Right.
people, so calm down. I'm saying that when your dog wakes you up at 5 in the morning puking like he did this morning for mine because he decided that that's what he wanted to do, it's just like an infant. And that
What did you do
You
after?
made it. You made it here.
What did you do after the dog puked?
Cleaned
I cleaned up the puke.
Okay.
I made sure the dog was okay. I comforted the dog.
You didn't go back to bed?
I didn't go back to bed.
Did you
It's
sleep
weird.
on the ground with the dog?
I laid with him while he was not feeling well. Yeah. See how that's like.
Wow.
So
You're a good person.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a good person.
Thanks,
Good human.
man. So I
Good
try.
human.
I try to do that type of thing because there's things you got to do, and if I can't do that, then how the hell would I ever have a kid if there was a time being anyway? So I told my fiance in the beginning we'd get plants for the first 6 months. If none of those things died, we'd look at an animal. If that don't happen in a year, we'll get some kids. And go from
It's
there.
stuff.
So it all comes down
There's levels.
It all comes
There's
down to
levels
death.
to it.
It comes down to death.
It does. If I can keep you alive, then I'll see. I'll move on to the next stage. Just like Jumanji, move on to the next level.
You know
Right.
what? Can I say something about
Uh-huh.
Jumanji? Never seen it.
Never first or second
Jumanji
one.
2 or Jumanji?
Like the
There's
old
Jumanji
Robin,
2?
the Robin Williams one or the new one with Kevin Hart and The Rock?
Yeah, I watched that one too. That was good. I liked it.
It's kind of like you were just saying though. It leads from the yearbooks because now it's more video game based because ain't nobody rolling dice on a board game like we used to back in the day.
Exactly.
So that's what Jumanji is?
Board game in the first one. Video
Man,
game.
I
didn't
see
see
more
both.
people.
I
I
didn't
could
see-
see more people actually hitting up your Facebook wall or something, be like, "Oh, happy you graduated," rather than actually sign your fucking
Yeah,
book. Like, you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, it's like that.
We
We live in a different era though because we're all 30, and I believe that like we're just going in that direction. Like we came up when we didn't even have any fucking internet.
Dude, I didn't get a computer till I was in like grade
No, well
8.
you remember LV.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
I remember getting a computer in like grade 8. I swear to God, it's just crazy.
The fuck are you doing over there, Dawes? Dawsy, quit fucking with the cast, man.
I feel like we've been covering a lot of topics today, boys. That's my first show with you boys that I feel like we've went on rants on a lot of different things.
I enjoyed it.
It's been a good time. I'm not
Steve?
gonna lie.
Loved it. I can't wait to get the 4 of us.
Oh,
Get Hoppy in with
wait till we get
Abel.
James back?
I could tell some
Exactly.
James stories that I
There we go. And you know what? Expose that motherfucker.
So I don't know if we're about to take off on this show for the night, but I'll leave it with a little bit of a tease for James on this aspect.
Yeah.
I will leave it on my next show, and James will be able to pipe in quick if he hears this. But we will leave off where me and James played some baseball, and this guy used to wear some track pants that were 3 or 4 sizes too small. And from what I hear you guys talk about this guy's package, and you should see what it looks like when it's in tight baseball pants.
I wonder why he did it.
Literally perfect.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Like don't stop now.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I can't.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
tease.
Oh,
It's a tease
the
for next time.
teaser.
So at least he can defend
It's a
himself.
teaser for
I
the
might
next
have
one.
to start my intro up as some say he
James?
wore his. Well,
pants.
actually, it's about you always. So
Wait, I can wear some tight track pants around you.
yeah.
Yeah.
We could just all wear track pants next week.
Don't do
And
it.
James, don't tell
suit
James that
ties.
us 3 will wear tight track pants. He won't know.
Oh,
And he'll
jeez,
just come
not
in
James.
and
That kid can
John.
wear anything and you'll see right through.
Yeah.
Hoppy, you don't wanna. Yeah.
You don't want to get involved with that beast.
Yeah.
Trust me.
He was
Yeah.
known as the big bucket of cheese by my 3-year-old brother when we were a little kid.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we'll leave off that. So Hop, thanks for coming on to the cast.
Hey, no problem, boys. Anytime, give me a shout
Steve?
out. See you again.
Great,
Always a pleasure.
great
Always a
intro.
pleasure.
Thank you for being here at always. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. And
I can't wait to do this again.
till next time, everyone. During this time,
Stay safe.
stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll catch everyone next week.